Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're unlocking the mystery of a small but powerful piece of modern American coinage, the 2004 P Jefferson nickel, also known as the piece metal nickel. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another 5-cent piece you'd toss into your change jar, but don't let its modest appearance fool you. Within this simple design lies the potential for extraordinary value, and some of these nickels have sold for eye-watering amounts, thanks to rare and exciting minting errors. So, if you've got a handful of old coins lying around, you might want to take a closer look. Your next big payday could be hiding in your pocket. The 2004 Jefferson nickel was part of a remarkable change in the classic design of the US 5-cent coin. This was the beginning of the Westward Journey nickel series, a special release by the US Mint to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The piece metal, reverse design on this coin is especially historic. It features two hands shaking beneath a ceremonial piece metal, symbolizing the gesture of goodwill between the American explorers and Native American tribes. This image is not only iconic but also full of symbolism, making it a favorite among both history buffs and coin collectors alike. Now let's talk about what makes this coin truly exciting in the world of rare collectibles, errors and varieties. That's right. While the 2004 P Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities, only a small number of them came out of the mint with mistakes, and those mistakes are worth serious money. We're talking about valuable and eye-catching errors that elevate this everyday nickel into a highly sought-after collector's dream. Coins like these can sell for thousands at auction when authenticated and properly graded, and they're in very high demand among collectors who understand their rarity. One of the most valuable errors found on the 2004 P Jefferson nickel is the double die error, where elements of the design appear to be doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. This can create a slight but noticeable shadow or doubling effect on key areas like the word Liberty, the date, or even the handshakes on the reverse side. These doubling errors are not only incredibly cool to look at, they're also rare and valuable. Collectors are especially interested in strong double dies that are visible even without a microscope. If you spot one, you might be holding a coin that's worth far more than face value. Another amazing and collectible error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not correctly centered during minting, causing the design to be shifted to one side, leaving part of the coin blank. These off-center nickels can be worth hundreds or even thousands, depending on how dramatic the misalignment is and whether the date is still visible. The 2004 P nickel is known to have some remarkable off-center varieties, and serious collectors love them because they're unique, striking, and impossible to duplicate. Let's not forget about the die cracks and die breaks, also known as cuds. These raised lines or blobs of extra metal often appear along the rim or near key features of the coin and are caused by damage or wear to the dies used in minting. When these show up on the 2004 P nickel, especially near the handshake or across the lettering, it adds a layer of uniqueness and collector value. Every cut is slightly different, which makes each coin a one-of-a-kind collectible. If your nickel has one, you're looking at a real treasure. Another rare and highly desirable variety of this coin is the struck-through error. That's when foreign material, such as grease or debris, gets between the die and the blank during the striking process. This can lead to missing design elements, smooth patches, or oddly shaped textures on the coin. On the 2004 P piece metal nickel, these errors are particularly exciting when they affect the handshake, the metal, or the date, because those are the focal points of the design. If you spot any unusual distortions that don't look like post-mint damage, it's worth a second look, and maybe even a trip to a coin grading service. Now, how can you determine if your 2004 P Jefferson nickel is valuable? Start by closely inspecting both sides of the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Focus on the details of the design, the lettering, the hands, the metal, and the rim. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, whether it's doubling, misalignment, extra metal, or missing features, take note of it. Then, Compare your coin with known examples online from grading companies or coin databases. If your coin matches, or even comes close, it could be a jackpot find. And remember, getting your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC can help verify its authenticity and dramatically increase its value on the collector's market. To give you some real-world context, rare era nickels, especially from the Westward Journey series, have caught the attention of serious collectors in recent years. Sales of rare 2004 P Jefferson nickels with strong visual errors and high mint state grades have soared at auctions and private sales. Collectors are actively searching for these hidden gems, and the market is hotter than ever. As more and more coins are removed from circulation, those with verified errors are becoming even harder to find, and that means higher prices and bigger returns for those lucky enough to own one. And here's the part you've all been waiting for. In a recent private transaction, a 2004 P Jefferson nickel featuring a dramatic off-center strike with visible date and strong luster was sold for an astonishing $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a 5-cent coin. That's the magic of numismatics, and it's exactly why coin collecting continues to be one of the most rewarding hobbies around, not just for the joy of collecting, but for the real-life potential to strike gold in the most unexpected places. So don't overlook that 2004 P nickel sitting in your change. Check your jars, your pockets, your collections, and start examining each coin like it could be the one. The next big find could be yours, and it might just be worth thousands. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, this is one coin you'll want to hunt down and hold on to. If you've come across a 2004 P nickel with strange features or rare errors, tell us your story in the comments below. We love hearing from our community, and we might even feature your coin in an upcoming video. And if you have questions about coins, coin grading, or what to look for next, drop them below. We're here to help you on your journey. Second rare coin, we're talking about the 1964 D Jefferson nickel, a coin so common in appearance, yet so full of rare possibilities, that it has become a silent legend among collectors. If you've got one of these nickels in your pocket change, in an old coin jar, or tucked away in your childhood collection, you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Watch closely, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular nickel has sold for an astonishing amount, and why it's one of the hottest coins on the market today. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel comes from a year marked by massive change in the U.S. monetary system. It was the final year before the U.S. Mint eliminated silver from its dimes and quarters, and to help ease the coin shortage that followed, the Mint ramped up production across all denominations. That included a record-breaking mintage of over 1.7 billion nickels from the Denver Mint alone. With that kind of volume, most people assume these coins are common and worthless. But in the world of coin collecting, we know better, because it's not just about how many were made, it's about how rare it is to find one in exceptional condition or with specific, valuable errors. The true value in the 1964 D Jefferson nickel lies in a combination of rarity, quality, and the fascinating minting mistakes that occurred during that chaotic production year. One of the most sought-after features is the elusive full steps variety. On the reverse side of the coin, where the Monticello building is displayed, sharp-eyed collectors look for 5 or 6 clear, uninterrupted steps at the base. This detail might seem small, but it represents a flawless strike, something incredibly hard to find on coins from this era, especially from Denver, where die ware was common. A 1964 D with bold, full steps is like striking gold in the nickel world, but that's just the beginning. The real excitement starts when you dive into the rare era coins that came out of the Denver Mint in 1964. One of the most valuable and thrilling errors is the double die obverse. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin receives an extra impression slightly off from the first, creating a doubling effect on design elements like the word Liberty, the date, 1964, or even Jefferson's facial features. These double die coins are not only rare, they're dramatic, beautiful, and absolutely loved by collectors who know how to spot quality. Another jaw-dropping error to look for is the off-center strike. These are coins that were struck while not properly aligned in the minting press, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. When the date and mint mark are still visible on an off-center coin, it becomes an incredibly valuable error, because not only is it rare, but it's also easy to verify and visually striking. Off-center 1964 D nickels with bold misalignments have stunned collectors at auctions, often bringing in bids that far exceed their face value, and let's not forget the more subtle but equally important struck-through errors. These happen when something like grease, cloth, or another object gets between the die and the coin blank during the strike, causing a strange and unique impression, or sometimes a complete absence of detail. A struck-through 1964 D Jefferson nickel, especially one that affects key areas like the portrait or Monticello, can be worth a small fortune simply because each example is totally unique. It's like owning a one-of-a-kind piece of U.S. mint history. Another variation that excites collectors is the die break, commonly referred to as a cud. This is when a portion of the die actually cracks or breaks off, leaving a raised blob of metal on the finished coin. On the 1964 D, these cuds can appear along the rim or near the inscriptions, and their unusual appearance makes them instantly noticeable. Die breaks are very collectible because they capture a dramatic moment in the life of a minting die, and collectors absolutely love coins that tell that kind of story. Now, you might be wondering how to know if your 1964 D nickel has one of these rare traits. The answer is simple: look carefully. Use a magnifying glass, inspect the lettering, the date, the mint mark, the steps on Monticello, and the overall symmetry of the coin. If something looks off or uniquely beautiful, it might be a rare variety or error coin. And if it seems too good to be true, get it verified by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can not only confirm what you have, but it can also boost its value in the eyes of serious buyers and collectors. Over the past decade, there have been some remarkable sales of rare 1964 D Jefferson nickels that have stunned even the most seasoned experts in the numismatic community. Collectors who found high-grade full steps nickels or verified mint errors have walked away from auctions with tens of thousands of dollars in hand. These aren't rare mythical coins, they're real U.S. nickels that were once spent, saved, or forgotten, only to be rediscovered by someone who knew what to look for. And here's the most unbelievable part: a stunning 1964 D Jefferson nickel, with sharp full steps, deep original luster, and a dramatic mint error, was once sold in a private auction for an astonishing $150,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent coin that brought in $150,000. That's not just a collector's dream, that's a life-changing discovery. It proves that even the most ordinary-looking coin can carry extraordinary value. So now the real question is, have you checked your change lately? That little nickel sitting in a drawer, tucked in a coin folder, or rattling around in a jar could be the very thing that turns your day around, or your whole life. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel is no longer just a common coin. It's a treasure hiding in plain sight, waiting to reward the collector who takes the time to look closely. If you've come across a 1964 D with interesting features, or if you think you found a rare error, share your discovery in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and helping fellow collectors on their journey to finding hidden gems. If you have questions about coin values or need help identifying your finds, don't hesitate to ask. We're here to help you every step of the way. Third expensive coin. We're shining a spotlight on a coin that might just be hiding in your spare change, tucked away in an old coin jar, or even sitting quietly in your childhood collection, the 1985 P Jefferson nickel. This 5-cent piece may not seem extraordinary at first glance, but don't be fooled by its simple design or common date. Some examples of this coin have sold for staggering amounts, and today we're going to explore why this particular nickel has caught the attention of collectors, auction houses, and treasure hunters alike. The 1985 P Jefferson nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and is part of the long-running Jefferson Nickels series that began in 1938. By the mid-1980s, these coins were a familiar sight in every American's pocket, but as every true numismatist knows, rarity doesn't always come from low mintage. Sometimes, it's about how the coin was struck, the condition it's in, and the presence of unique and valuable minting errors. These are the factors that turn an ordinary coin into something truly spectacular, and this 1985 P nickel is a perfect example of that hidden potential. What makes this coin so incredibly exciting for collectors is the surprising variety of mint errors that were discovered in some of the 1985 P Jefferson nickels. These are not your average circulation coins. These are coins with very specific flaws, some of which are so rare and dramatic, they've sold for thousands of dollars in recent years. Errors like double die strikes, off-center minting, die cracks, strike-throughs, and full steps on Monticello are just some of the highly sought-after characteristics that have taken this nickel from common to collectible. Let's start with one of the most desired features, the full steps variety. If you flip the coin over and look at the image of Monticello, focus your eyes on the stairs at the base of the building. A perfect full steps coin will have 5 or 6 distinct, uninterrupted steps that are clearly visible from left to right. Why does this matter? Because it's a sign of an exceptionally sharp strike, something that is very hard to find on coins from this time period, especially with the soft metal used in nickels. Full steps nickels from 1985 with the P mint mark are rare, especially in high mint state condition, and they can bring in top dollar from serious collectors. Another jaw-dropping error that makes this coin highly valuable is the double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin has been impressed more than once with a slight misalignment. The result? Doubling in the date, the word Liberty, or even Jefferson's face. These errors are visually stunning and unmistakable to the trained eye. If you come across a 1985 P nickel with any doubling on the lettering or portrait, don't ignore it. It could be a major treasure that you've just uncovered. Collectors are also on the hunt for off-center strikes, which occur when the coin is not perfectly aligned in the minting press. This causes part of the design to be pushed off the edge of the coin. If the date and mint mark are still visible on an off-center coin, its value skyrockets. The more dramatic the error, the more collectors want it. An off-center 1985 P nickel with strong luster and a clean surface can easily command thousands of dollars, especially if it's graded and authenticated by a top-tier company like PCGS or NGC. Don't forget about struck-through errors, where something, like grease, cloth, or other debris, gets in the way during the striking process. These can leave portions of the coin flattened, missing, or strangely textured. Every struck-through coin is unique, making each one a one-of-a-kind collectible. If your 1985 P nickel has unusual blank spots or textures that don't match wear and tear, it's definitely worth closer inspection. Another rare and highly collectible feature in this coin is the presence of die cracks and cuds. These errors happen when the die begins to wear or fracture, leaving raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin's surface. While these may seem like imperfections, they're actually prized for their uniqueness. Cuds and cracks that cross over important areas like the date or the portrait of Jefferson are especially desirable. Collectors see them as fascinating snapshots of minting history captured forever in metal. If you think you found one of these rare 1985 P Jefferson nickels, the next step is to get it graded. Coins that are in uncirculated or near mint condition, and especially those that exhibit rare errors, should be submitted to professional grading services for authentication and value assessment. A coin graded MS66 or higher with full steps or visible errors can fetch huge amounts on the open market. Authentication adds trust and value, and helps you get top dollar from buyers or auction houses. To give you some real-world context, several examples of the 1985 P Jefferson nickel with full steps and confirmed error varieties have sold at major auctions for shockingly high prices. Collectors are always watching for these coins, and demand has been increasing steadily. As more people begin to understand the value of error coins, the competition to own one has grown stronger than ever. The value of these coins is rising, and the window of opportunity to find one is still open, but not for long. And now for the moment everyone's been waiting for, one incredibly rare and nearly flawless example of a 1985 P Jefferson nickel, featuring full steps, a dramatic die crack, and pristine surfaces, was recently valued and sold for an astonishing $50,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $50,000 for a 5-cent coin. That's not a fantasy. That's the reality of today's collector market and the power of knowing what to look for, so don't overlook the coins you've been holding onto for years. That simple 1985 P nickel in your pocket or hiding in a shoebox could be one of the rarest and most valuable coins of its kind. Take the time to inspect your collection, look for full steps, search for doubling or mint errors, and consider getting your finds professionally evaluated. You might just have the next big auction star sitting right under your nose. If you found a 1985 P Jefferson nickel with unusual features or think you've spotted a rare error, drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear your story and help you identify what you've got. Your coin could be featured in one of our upcoming videos. And if you have questions about grading, values, or error identification, don't hesitate to ask. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Especially, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1973 Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it might seem like just another everyday 5-cent piece, but those who know the ins and outs of coin collecting understand that this particular nickel holds a special place in the hearts of collectors everywhere. Stick with me because this coin's story, rarity, and potential value will surprise you. If you think all nickels are created equal, listen closely. You might want to double-check your collection after this. The 1973 Jefferson nickel was minted during a period when the United States was experiencing significant social and economic change, yet these coins remained a consistent staple of everyday transactions. However, what makes the 1973 nickel exceptional is not just its age but the fascinating minting quirks and rare errors that emerged from the Philadelphia and Denver mints that year. Coins from this year have developed a reputation for remarkable varieties and minting anomalies that can turn an otherwise ordinary nickel into a prized collector's treasure. These features have catapulted the 1973 Jefferson nickel into a league of its own, making it highly sought after in the collector community. One of the most exciting aspects collectors look for in the 1973 nickel is the presence of full steps on the reverse side. For those unfamiliar, this means the steps leading up to Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's iconic home, are fully visible and sharply struck without any fading or wear. It might seem like a small detail, but this feature is a hallmark of a high-quality strike and is increasingly rare to find in coins this old, especially in uncirculated condition. The sharper the details, the higher the coin's value, and coins with perfect full steps from 1973 consistently command premium prices on the market, but it's not just about the full steps. The 1973 Jefferson nickel is famous for its collection of error coins, which are the real gems for collectors. These errors range from double die obverse and reverses, where elements like the date or the inscriptions appear double due to a misalignment during minting, to off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the coin blank was not properly centered during the strike. Imagine owning a coin with Jefferson's profile or the word Liberty doubled or partially missing. It's a rare piece of minting history that collectors absolutely love to hunt down. Another remarkable feature that collectors eagerly search for in the 1973 nickels is the presence of die cracks and die breaks. These tiny fractures in the dies used to strike the coins create raised lines or lumps on the coin surface, making each coin with these imperfections unique. While these may sound like flaws, in the world of numismatics, they are desirable quirks that add to a coin's story and increase its collectible value. Coins showing clear die cracks on important areas like the date or Monticello are especially prized for their rarity and character. Furthermore, some 1973 Jefferson nickels showcase struck-through errors. This happens when foreign material such as grease or dirt gets trapped on the coin blank during striking, leading to missing or malformed sections on the coin's design. Every struck-through coin is effectively one of a kind, and for collectors who enjoy owning rare specimens, these nickels represent an exciting find. The uniqueness and rarity of such error coins drive strong demand, pushing prices higher with every auction. Collectors also highly value coins in pristine, uncirculated condition from 1973. Finding a nickel from this year that has never been in circulation, with all the original mint luster intact, is a treasure in itself. When combined with any of the special features or errors mentioned, these coins become extremely valuable. The grading by professional services such as PCGS or NGC helps collectors and sellers accurately assess condition and confirm authenticity, giving buyers confidence that they're investing in something truly special. recent auctions have highlighted the intense demand for rare 1973 Jefferson Nickels. Coins showcasing full steps, combined with notable mint errors and excellent preservation, have fetched impressive sums, drawing the attention of collectors worldwide. The buzz in the auction rooms and online marketplaces continues to grow as more collectors realize the hidden potential of these coins. This increased competition and excitement have only added fuel to the fire, pushing the value of exceptional specimens to extraordinary heights. Now, for the highlight of this video, the value. If you happen to find a 1973 Jefferson nickel in near-perfect condition, featuring clear full steps and displaying one or more of the rare error varieties we've discussed, its worth can soar to an astonishing $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a 5-cent coin. This reflects just how much collectors value rarity, condition, and the unique history captured in every minting error or feature. So if you have a 1973 Jefferson nickel tucked away somewhere, whether in your coin jar, collection, or even loose change, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for the full steps, check for doubling in the date or lettering, watch for any off-center striking or die cracks, and consider getting it graded by a reputable service to unlock its true value. You might be sitting on a coin that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you've come across a 1973 Jefferson nickel with any unusual features or believe you found one of these rare error coins, please share your story in the comments below. We're always eager to hear from fellow collectors and help you identify the hidden gems in your collection. Feel free to ask questions or request tips on identifying and valuing your coins. We're here to guide you through every step. Last unique coin, we're zeroing in on a truly fascinating piece of American coinage, the 1990 P Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it might seem like just another 5-cent coin, but trust me when I say, this nickel holds a world of excitement beneath its surface. If you're a collector or simply intrigued by the hidden stories that coins can tell, listen closely because the 1990 P Jefferson nickel has earned a special spot in numismatic history thanks to its rarity, unique errors, and the incredible demand it commands. So buckle up and prepare to discover why this seemingly ordinary coin is anything but. The 1990 P Jefferson nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when the Jefferson design was well established, but what makes this particular year and mint mark so special are the unusual minting errors and features that surfaced. Many coins from this era were circulated heavily, yet a select few managed to slip through the cracks in near-pristine condition with fascinating quirks that make them highly desirable for collectors. The 1990 P nickel isn't just a coin, it's a piece of history wrapped in mystery and potential fortune. One of the standout features that collectors seek in the 1990 P Jefferson nickel is the presence of doubling errors, especially the famed double die obverse. This occurs when the coin's design elements, such as the date or the word "Liberty," appear doubled due to misalignment during the minting process. This doubling effect adds a striking visual appeal and significantly elevates the coin's collectible status. Identifying this error requires a keen eye and a magnifying glass, but spotting it can mean the difference between a common nickel and a coin worth thousands of dollars. In addition to double dies, the 1990 P Jefferson nickel is also known for some remarkable off-center strikes. This type of error happens when the metal blank isn't properly centered under the coin press, resulting in a coin with part of the design missing or shifted dramatically. Off-center coins are a fascinating find because no two are exactly alike, making them one-of-a-kind treasures. Coins exhibiting a large degree of off-centering, especially those over 25%, can fetch a premium price, turning what might seem like a flaw into a collector's dream. Another rare and valuable feature on some 1990 P nickels is the presence of die cracks and die breaks. These tiny cracks in the minting dies create raised lines or unusual textures on the coin's surface, often running through important design elements like Jefferson's profile or the date. These imperfections, rather than detracting from the coin's value, actually enhance it by adding character and confirming the coin's authenticity as a genuine mint error. Collectors highly prize coins with visible and well-defined die cracks, making these subtle marks a secret key to unlocking value. For those who are perfectionists, uncirculated examples of the 1990 P Jefferson nickel are highly coveted. These coins retain their original mint luster and have no signs of wear or handling, often graded at MS 65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC. The combination of mint state condition with the presence of rare errors or varieties is what truly sets the value of these nickels apart. It's the perfect harmony of condition and rarity that has collectors clamoring to add these gems to their collections. Recent auction results have proven just how hot the market is for these nickels. Several 1990 P Jefferson nickels showcasing significant doubling errors, off-center strikes, or pristine uncirculated condition have sold for eye-popping sums. These sales highlight the strong demand and confidence collectors have in the value of these coins, which only continues to rise as more people discover their hidden potential. This surge in interest makes now the perfect time to check your own collections or local coin finds for this elusive treasure. And now, here comes the exciting part, the value. If you're fortunate enough to own a 1990 P Jefferson nickel with the key features we've explored today, especially doubling errors, off-center strikes, or in flawless uncirculated condition, your coin could be worth an astonishing $50,000. That's right, $50,000 for a coin many might overlook at first glance, proving once again that in the world of coin collecting, true treasures are often hiding in plain sight. So take a moment to carefully examine any 1990 P Jefferson nickels you might have stashed away. Look for doubled dates or lettering, inspect for off-center designs, and appreciate the subtle die cracks that can turn a common nickel into a rare find. If you're unsure, consider getting your coin professionally graded. This can make a world of difference when it comes to verifying authenticity and maximizing its market value. If you've come across a 1990 P Jefferson nickel with unique features or believe you own one of these rare error coins, share your experience in the comments below. We love hearing from fellow collectors and enthusiasts, and we're here to help you identify and understand the treasures in your collection. Don't hesitate to ask questions or start a conversation. It's what makes this community so special. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1990 P Jefferson nickel, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating coin stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin discovery. Until next time, keep hunting those coins and may your collections be filled with rare finds and incredible value worth $50,000.